As you said, Bert, he said every time he looked into the corner, he said he couldn't even see my face. He said he just seen big wings going up to the ceiling, attached to my back. They already are. They've been eating on it for 30 years. It's not nothing new. I know about it. But what I'm saying is the things that we take for granted, the things that we are taught, or things that we get attitudes when we hear. We get mad. People get mad at me. They get mad at my father. And someone else has been waiting their whole life to hear. Complete strangers who do not know me. The same things I teach, the same things I give to people freely. Freely. These people have been waiting their entire lives to hear. And we're grateful because all these questions they had. And these are believers. These aren't zombie people. These are people who love God. That are not getting the teaching and the training that we take so for granted. Or we get upset when we hear it. We get offended when it's said to us. Think about that. You get offended on something that someone else has been waiting 40 years to hear. It's unbelievable. I can talk for the next 2 weeks about what God did up there. But you can't handle it. He said patterns are the perfection or destruction paths to those two things, depending on how your mindset is and what you practice. He said our tribe, he said finding patterns in personal history helps decode people, which equals finding destiny. Say it again. My grandmother told me to say it again, so I'm going to obey. He said, finding patterns, meaning you have to discover them. Meaning they have to be shown. They have to be exposed. Finding patterns in personal history. So he said you have to go through the timeline of the things and events that you have been through. Right then and there, we don't want to do that. We immediately shut down when you get into that. I don't want to talk about my childhood. I don't want to talk about what happened in that marriage. I don't want to talk about, but then guess what? You cannot pinpoint the patterns that have built this concrete monstrosity of blockage to God. You can't do that without going through your personal history timeline. Then what? Then decoding it. Not by natural knowledge, not by your school degree. The degree you get in school cannot decode the patterns spiritually in your life through the timeline of your life. Meaning, you go to a psychiatrist. He cannot go through your timeline. Now, he may be able to point out patterns, but he will not be able to do spiritual surgery. He cannot. He does not have the degree. He does not have the experience. They do not have the revelation to be able to decode where the enemy inserted these different roots inside of you and then remove them. Amen. That's what he will do. He'll give you medication to not think about it. And go to sleep. Don't worry about it. Just sleep it off. Here, take these. You'll go off into zombie land. And then when you wake up and you come back to reality, just take some more. That's the remedy. You ran out of pills? Don't worry. Hold on. Let me give you another prescription. You can't sleep at night? That's okay. I'll you know what? I'll up your dose.
Right.
What would you take? You was taking 50, we're gonna push it to 100. Come and see me in 2 weeks.
Right.
And let me know how that 100 milligrams. If we need to go to 200, there's no problem.
Right. Give me your money.
We'll give you 200.
Right. Give me your money. Right.
We're laughing, but that's reality. He dealt with all of these things. You see, what the problem is these things are not dealt with in church. So there can't be growth until these things are dealt with. He said, and okay, so after decoding after going through finding the patterns in the personal history, then decoding the patterns and roots, then you can find your destiny. Meaning, then the process begins on you finding out what you specifically were destined to do. You see that? That all goes into the process of God. Wait a minute. That goes in what we teach every week. As far as submitting, listening, checking in. See, what happens is things happen, and then this is where they get mad. You know why? Because I'm an expert at personal history, especially when I've spoken something and told you and it happened. So what they get mad at me is I go through your personal history line, then I go, oh, right there, you was told what to do right here. You didn't do that, so that caused this. And then you were told to do that, and you disregarded. Oh, other than that after effect that caused you tremendous hurt and grief, that is all in your personal history line. But they get mad at the decoder. They get mad at the one who has been given the eyes to see and decode. Yeah, and then it's blamed that you're the cause. You caused that hurt. You caused that pain. You did it. Wait a minute. No, I pointed it out. And then I gave you all the materials to stop it, to change it, to free it. And you were upset. That's also in the personal history pattern line.
Come on.
He said, your time on earth is to complete your mission.
Amen. That's right.
The reason why the apostle came back is because his mission was not complete. God sent him back and said, go complete the mission I sent you to do. No one else can do. No, you can't see my face because you'll relinquish your mission that I assigned you to do. He said, God does not want to see us before our mission is complete. Oh, wait a minute. That just completely erases the rapture drills. That eradicates the rapture theory. Because wait a minute, if we're all to escape to heaven, that means what? Wait. How can you escape when you haven't completed your mission? When the Marines are sent on a mission, there's no, when they get over there, a portal opens up and then they just escape and then whatever they was assigned to do is still sitting there. No, that's not how it works. He doesn't want to see anyone. But then he gives the sight, he gives the teaching, he gives the voice to stop you from going early and not completing your mission. But if those things are not heeded, then you have an early exit and an incomplete mission. I don't want to get to heaven with an incomplete stamped on my head. Think about it. That's the whole mentality of the church. Let's get to heaven, let's get to heaven, let's get to heaven, let's get to heaven. Oh, I can't wait to get to heaven. It's going to be so great. There's no pain, there's no hurt, no liars, no abuse. I just want to get to heaven. If I won't wait till I get to heaven. We have songs about going to heaven, singing about getting into heaven. When the scripture, Jesus said, bring heaven here. Bring heaven here. So guess what? If your whole mentality is getting to heaven, you're not able to be used to complete the mission here on earth. Until your mentality changes. You have to be kingdom-minded, kingdom-bringing, kingdom demonstration here on earth. See, but none of that process can begin until you acknowledge those things and face those things inside of you that are pointed out that you do not want to deal with. You can't even begin the understanding of your destiny until stage 1 through 10 is activated. So does that mean that you can be sitting in church for 35 years and never press the activation button? Does that mean you can be trying to fulfill your own self-proclaimed destiny? Newsflash, your job is not your destiny. Whatever you're hired here naturally on earth to do, that is not what God designed you to do. That's a gift that He gave you that you pursued, and you're supposed to use that to establish the kingdom with the gifts He's giving you. Not fall into the misconception that the gift is the destiny. No, the gift is to be used to understand what it's to be used for, so you can start on walking towards your destiny. Now, that was about half a page of 7 pages of notes, and not pages, paper pages. You know, in your iPhone, the note section just keeps going and going and going and going and going. So it never ended. I just had to say, you know what, that's enough for this one page. Let me switch over to the next. That's a half. The first day was enough to last an entire lifetime. But because of what was put inside me, because of what I practiced was demonstrated, I was asked by the man of God to stay longer. Because of the strength and rejuvenation I gave him from teaching. Because what we teach about giving back to the minister that pours out everything he has, I demonstrated that to the man of God. So he said, you can't leave yet. I still got 3 more days to go. And what you give me, I don't get. So no, you have to stay. Because I demonstrate what is taught. I don't shut out when my father corrects me. You think everything he tells me or my mother, I'm like, oh yes, praise the Lord. That's exactly right, Dad. No, some of the stuff, I'm like, but I know he's right. And I know, even if he's wrong, I know the principle of God. You obey even when you believe or think it's wrong. God honors that more than you think you know, and you could be right. You could be right. It does not change God's principle. Even if the man of God is wrong, he's right. When Abraham told a lie, God was going to take out a whole nation. And Abraham lied. But because he was God's chosen man, God said, it does not matter. If you don't go to him and ask him to pray for you, I'm going to kill you and everybody that's associated with you. That was a whole nation because he was a king. So, anyways, I'm glad to be back. Happy Mother's Day, mothers. We love you all. Stand to your feet and welcome the bishop.
I will come into your presence with thanksgiving. I will enter in your courts with praise. I will dance in your sanctuary, for you are worthy of all the praise. Give him glory,
Mother's Day. It's great that Mother's Day comes on Sunday so we can honor God and thank God for the mothers and bless Him and worship Him. It's just a great day in the Lord. It's always, I got a few prophetic words I want to give, but first, I honor my mother. Said she was flying in, and we always happy to have her. And then I had sent a message to Professor Lawson, who's my sister, and I wanted her to come, and she said, "No, I'm going to be in Dubai."
Wow.
Yeah. And India, and this and that. I said, "What? This girl's all over the world, don't even tell us." But then I sent her a word and I said, "Biscuits." Not even, see, that's the prophetic nature. That's the prophet. She was in Dubai and I sent her that. What is that? That doesn't even make sense. But look, the Lord was planning on bringing her here. And I didn't even know it. But I told her 2 days ago, whatever, I said, "Biscuits." She said, "He knows I'm coming." But I didn't. I didn't naturally know. But in my spirit, knew that my sister was coming. Anyway, so we honor Mama Francis, the mother of the church. The prophetess. Right. I've been with her 42 years. Tamara, my sister, Professor Lawson, says when we have little squabbles, and I forget, what is that you say? She always has a little. What is it? Lovebird. Oh yeah, lovebirds. I said, well, lovebirds? I'm ready to eat my bird. Then I'm like, oh man, this is terrible. I'm so sorry, Cookie. And she, well, we work it out.
Right. Amen.
Better if the ride is more good than the waves.
Right.
That in life. You gotta, with a renewed mind, you can say that. Without a renewed mind, you cannot say that. Because you concentrate, the carnal mind gravitates to the negative, which will pull you down.
That's right, Bishop.
Okay, Luke chapter 10. I don't have a lot of time, but I have no time actually. Gabriel ate all my time. That's my watch. Is not working again like yesterday. Look at my soldiers, how sharp they look. All my men looking good. Great men's meeting yesterday. I don't have time to get into that. I want to give some prophetic words today. And we had a great love feast yesterday. And I wanted to have my wife come up and talk about the love feast. No, I said, look at that. First thing, no, I'm not. I put the mic in her hand so she could sing. She thrown it down. I said, that's what you got. You got to deal with it. I do. Okay. Before I get into the scriptures, I got some prophetic words. One to Mercedes. I've seen that your heart is broken, and I've seen it in your eyes. But the Lord said for me to tell you, and this is for all that have that in their heart. He said, "I'll never leave you, even though others leave you." All kind of things happen. He said, "But I'll never leave you. I'll never forsake you. I'm with you always, even to the end of this time. To the end of time, I'm with you." So let that strengthen your heart. And you keep on dancing, girl. Because that's that's your gift back to God. And that's how you find your way. And so my daughter is cutting her way through law school with my mother's help, and also with Professor Lawson. But then she has the sting of the prophetic, and she sings. And when she sings, she releases her soul with all that pressure. Okay. Now, my mother, the Lord said for me to tell you that your greatest feat is still ahead of you. And that as you saw the face of Moses change into my face, you will see that here in the land of the living, which you always prophesied, and you, because God showed you this, you will be a part of it, but you won't be on the sideline. I felt like when the Lord was telling me during the praise and worship, I felt like that you would be with me and Cookie when we go to Pharaoh, which is the seat of government, the seat of authority, the greatest seat of authority in this world. I'll be taken. You saw it. You'll be taken. And Cookie will be taken. And we don't know about these professors. This Professor Lawson, and then this one over here. I told her, Mama, when you become attorney, I said, you'll be Attorney Babin. And I said, then when you get your man, when he comes, and we line him up, and make him walk the chalk line, because that's what they got to do. Walk the chalk line so we can look and see. And I said, and you marry him and Google eyes. I said, you do not drop Babin. You keep that and you put him on the back. That's right. Dean Law, come on now, give me a chance. I know I already told you that. I told you that in the prophecy. I'm going to. My God, look at me. I haven't gotten to you yet. I know. I'm saying Professor Lawson because I want them to know. Now then, from there, of course, it's Dean. I told her, you already Dean. Oh, well, I know that. But you're going to be great Dean. I told you that. Great Dean. I said, Dean Lawson. My goodness. Anyway, so now you, I call T. Demare. I've seen that you have all these things, and you always are like, which one do I take? Which, even with the dean jobs, this one is available, this one is available. Which one should I take? Which one should I go after? Which thing should I do? And that really, because you want to so much want to be on the money all the time, because that's the way God made you. And so you have this inside of you. You don't say this, you're not internalizing this. I'm telling you what the prophet said, how they do. So this is what I see you doing. And the Lord said for me to tell you, and this is how you're going to know what to do every time. Because you ask this when people that are close to you, ask this, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And what they think could be, what they think may not be. Amen. But this is how you will know. Because when you go to the thing that God has for you, from this day until you transition, is there will be a overwhelming peace. Yeah. There will be an overwhelming peace. Now you've had it before, but now there will be no doubt. Right. From this day forward, there will be no doubt what you should do, because it will come, and it will just like it's coming on you now, also coming on you, Mama. But and it's all for those that have faith. It'll come on you too right now. It'll be overwhelming. It'll come from your spirit and go into your soul and just free you. And you have peace from the Prince of Peace. Where it crushes the enemy. It says in Romans 6:20, the God of peace will crush Satan under your feet. And so that's how you will know from this day forward on what you should do, when you should do it, how you should do it. That's going to be your saving grace.
Amen.
Dean Lawson. Professor Lawson. Attorney Lawson.
Amen.
Real estate Lawson.
Amen.
From my mother, the broker. Okay, now back to Mother's Day.
Amen.
Luke 10. I know my time is gone, Pastor Clifton. We are just gonna boil it down quick. One of the things that you said, Gabriel, when you constantly on the form, the principles, patterns, things, cookie. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah.
I've had to learn those things
Right.
over these years, but that's what I'm always on, and so I just stay on it now because He created me to be on that, and so I stay there. Remember I said the most powerful weapon that you have is the weapon of love. And you see me use the power of the prophetic.
Right.
You got to use the power of the prophetic. All of you. You don't have to try to give the word like I just did. You can't do that in the beginning. But you can always use edification, exhortation, and comfort, which is in 1 Corinthians 14. You can always use that. And you should always use that with people.
Amen.
Before you try to correct and all this other stuff, you don't need to be doing that. Unless it's your children, that's a different ballgame.
Right.
They got to be corrected.
Right.
That was magnificent how I was telling Samson why he was whining. I was telling him, I was turning around, telling him, stop whining, and you said, Samson, stop whining.
Right.
And I was wondering what's wrong with my ushers with this boy over here. I think it's this boy, I don't know, over here, and they like this with the whining.
Right.
And I said, what is this usher doing? This usher's here, that usher's there. Timothy, I don't know what he's doing. Excuse me, sit down. Then we got this one over here, he's tired. That's another thing. What are you people always talking about tired? Stop saying that stupidness out of your mouth. I'm tired.
Right.
Stop saying that.
Right.
All you're going to do is get more tired.
Right.
No, say I'm refiring. I'm refiring. I'm tired. 20 years old. Esther, 11 years old. Sitting, I said, stand up.
Yes, sir.
We come home from school. My mother made me take all my books home. Because I wasn't in my books, Cookie. I had them like this. I had to carry all my books from right here to my chin. I don't know how far it was from Holy Name to our house, but it wasn't around the corner. I was thinking, that's cruel. But I couldn't say that to my mother. I'm going to get fired on my backside. And then my father would be called in. So I'm not saying nothing to none of that. But I thought, this can't be right. I said, my brothers, they don't carry all their books on, but they were in their books. See, I wasn't in my books. I put all my books on the desk and just look at them. I I never cracked one of them. I'll tell you that's the truth. The only book I ever cracked.
Amen. Yes.
Are you listening?
Yeah.
The only book I ever cracked was this book, the Bible. Because I wasn't created for them other books.
Right.
I was created for this book. And that's all I got in me. My head is not full of no other book than this book right here. I don't even know how am I getting into this. Get over here. All right. When I looked at Mama, I was taking it with my books. All them books. And I can't drop one. It made me strong. Get all them books. Okay. Luke, listen, that don't mean for you not to crack your book. You better crack your book. Sydney, it was good to have you home, bro. I know you cracking your books. Grade A's. Esther's right behind you. Christine's going to graduate from law school next year.
Amen.
This is wonderful things happening. This one over here, she's still in school, engineering in school. Adrian just graduated from college. Andrew was just graduated from school. And I had Tyrell. I had Tyrell. Tyrell just graduated from boot camp. Tyrell got ordered to go to Alaska. So I told Angela, tell Tyrell I'm coming.
Right.
Shay, so I can put something down
Right.
and eat it.
Right.
Maybe even wear it. Or come back to something. Come on now. Okay, I gotta get out.
Right.
This is what I wanted to say about Mother's Day and about women. We talk about the boys to men, and then men to men of God, and then men of God to fathers. I'm adding that.
Amen.
Because that's what the whole thing is about, fatherhood, about God raising fathers, and the fathers giving their allotments to the children.
Amen.
So that's what it's about. But the other thing is about the women, where the mothers in Israel raises girls to ladies, and ladies to women, and women to women of God.
Amen.
And to wives and mothers.
Right. Amen.
And we have all that in the house.
Amen, Bishop. That's right.
And that's what God wants. And I'm very comfortable now. And people that don't want what He wants, they bounce.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And God brings, so it doesn't matter how many people we have or how many people we don't have, that don't bother me no more. I'm not in the numbers game. God has showed me what He wants. And so I'm after what He wants. And this church now, in the 35 years I've been in the ministry, being cookie, is the strongest it has ever been. And I had the strongest altar call that I've ever had. It was on Thursday night. It was in the unity. The unity is what brings the power.
That's right.
And what brings God
That's right.
in our midst. Okay, now, I want to bring out about Martha and about Mary. And this is in Luke chapter 10, in verse, 30, 38. Now as they were traveling along, he entered a certain village, and a woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who moreover was listening, you like that, Gabriel, listening to the Lord's words, and sitting at his feet.
Right.
But Martha was distracted
Right.
with all her preparations.
Right.
She came to him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to do all these servings alone? Then tell her to help me. And the Lord answered and said, Martha, Martha, you are worried and bothered about so many things.
Right.
But there's only a few things are necessary. Really only one.
Right. Wow.
Really only one.
Right.
And Mary has chosen the good part.
Right. Right.
I'd like to see that translation in different translation besides mine. Which is, it shall not be taken away from her. Okay, so the principle is, and this is what's yours? New King James. Yeah. Yeah, Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about many things, but one thing is needed. Mary has chosen that good. Yes, it's the same. Yours is the same as mine gave. But anyway, we'll look at it later. We don't have time. We got to get out. But what I wanted to bring out is that, so in a woman's life, you can have many things, and you be distracted,
Right. Right.
and you miss the mark.
Right.
I'm talking about hitting the goal,
Right.
which is the prize.
Right. Amen.
Or you can have the one thing.
Right.
It's your choice. I've come to believe that women or girls, they have both inside of them.
Right.
And it's a choice. You choose which one you will be.
Yeah.
Will you choose the one thing, which is to serve God and hear His word, hear His voice?
Right.
Or will you be distracted by many things?
Right.
And that's my Mother's Day teaching that I came from my spirit. And then I had what I wanted to say about what Gabriel, and I didn't say this, and so I will, and then we'll close the service with this. In 2 Timothy 3:5, it talks about having a form of godliness. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power. In other words, not having the power, not receiving the power, not moving in the power, not demonstrating the power. Without the demonstration of the power of God, then we're no different than any other cult or religion.
Say it, Bishop.
And what makes us different is, number one, we have a testimony that we know the Lord. Every person has a testimony if you met the Lord and what He's done in your life. And the other thing is that once that happens, then you become a demonstration of His love and His goodness and His mercy and His saving grace. I think, Cookie, one of the biggest things that God has done in my life is that He showed me mercy. I can talk about all kinds of things, with the deliverance and the healing, and they always call me the man of faith. I talk about the miracle man, all that kind of stuff, and the faith. But what makes my faith supposedly so strong is really, I'm like a little boy. I'm talking in my heart. And when God says something to me, or reading the Word, I just believe it. And I just won't stop. But the thing that resonates in me more, you can understand, more than anything else in my life, is that the Lord showed me mercy. know you guys are hungry, you can't even respond. Wow. But he showed me mercy. And so what he said to me is for me to show his people mercy.
Yes, that's right.
And so more than anything else that you will get from the bishop, if you ever get to know him and open your heart up to him, he will give you mercy. I promise you that.
Amen.
Love and mercy and grace, they all go together.
Yeah.
They can't be separated like everyone talks about. They're married.
Right, that's right.
They're married.
Right.
And so I do extend that. We don't have time for the altar call, but I do extend the mercy of God to all of you today, and that you honor your mother on Mother's Day.
Yes.
It was beautiful, Deacon Frazier, how you honored your mother.
Yeah, man.
And she knew that she was smiling. That's some tough shoes, T. Some bad shoes, girl. Nice dress, the whole ball game. Anyway, that was beautiful. And so we need to do that.
Yeah.
And if you have art, and many do, have art against your mother, your grandmother, your auntie, even if they're gone, if that is inside of you, you need to number one, forgive them and release that from you, so that you can be healed, and so that you can be free,
Amen.
and so that you can know God's love and God's power today.
Amen.
And I pray that you do that. I pray that you have a wonderful day today, a wonderful Mother's Day. And if you haven't talked to your mother in a while, call your mother.
Amen.
You don't know who your mother is. Of course, those that's watching us by TV, you never know. Those that are watching us by Ustream, you never know what are in people's hearts.
Right.
You never know who will tune in on Facebook
Right.
or YouTube.
Right.
We're on all of those things that God has provided,
Amen.
just so that we can reach the scepter.
Amen.
This is here because Kim Clement gave me this.
Amen, Bishop.
Because he didn't want it. He wasn't the pastor. He asked me, did I want it? I said, most definitely, because I knew it was a sign.
That's right.
He was passing over the, where's Gabriel? He was passing over the, anyway, we got to go. If you, what we got, Dinah, we got, if you need to know what's going on, you can see your bulletin. It's in the bulletin. We have a teachers meeting today. Okay, we have a teachers meeting at Gloria's house at what, 6:30? At 6:30, I don't know that. At 6:30 on Tuesday, we honor you, Gloria, for letting us use your house. We honor Pastor Quincy and the principal for letting us use your house. Thank you for letting us use it to help you. Also Teresa, who let us use her house, and all the rest of you, Bell for the youth group, and so forth and so on. That's a house. I mean, that's a church in the house. That's the way God wants it. Okay, God bless you. Have a wonderful Mother's Day, mothers, and we'll see you on tomorrow night for praise and worship practice and prayer. Don't forget about prayer. And then please go outside. Take it outside.